Hey, yo, what it is and what's good, y'all? Welcome back to 280 Plus, the social media podcast where I take the conversations off the timeline and go beyond the tweets, the posts, whatever you want to call it. I'm your host, Los Def, and I'm back here for episode 184. And if you see a familiar face right here, you know what I'm saying? It's the return of my man Stu. I'm not gonna let him give an awkward introduction. I'm just gonna introduce my man. But yo, Stu, man, welcome back, bro.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we're gonna have a good conversation. If y'all know, man, this is one of my closest friends here, man, and he's definitely, man, one of my biggest supporters, just in general, man, just a stand-up dude. And but he's an enigma, man. My man be just moving about. You don't even know what he up to, but like he's we're from the same hometown. And then he's moved to Dallas, and then he snuck back, you know what I mean, home for a little second, and then he snuck back out. Like nobody knew that he really left. Like I think even when he left to go back to Dallas, when I found out he was actually leaving, it was like he was like, "Yeah, I'm leaving next month," and I was like, "What, bro? Like, are you
Yeah.
for real?" You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
So now that you back in Dallas, man, like just what's been going on with you, man? How you been, bro?
Man, I've been good, man. First, let me say that word enigma. I gotta look that up. I make sure you calling me something good.
Nah, it's good. It's good. It's
All
good.
right, but nah. And then also the reason why I be sneaking out. Well, sneaking out is because so with my job, they only give you 14 days. Once you put that transfer in, you got 14 days to show up, or they're gonna give it to somebody else.
Oh, for
So yeah,
real?
it's like damn, I had to make moves quick.
Damn.
Um, but yeah, and then as far as Dallas, I'm gonna be honest with you. So it's cool. It's just as good as it was when I left. Only
Okay.
difference is I would say it slowed down a little bit.
Oh,
I don't know if you remember the first time I was out there. I told you it's like I said everything moved fast paced.
yeah.
Like if you meet a chick if you meet a chick today, you gotta if you meet a chick or link with her at any point in time, whether it's like online or whether it's at the grocery store, whatever, you got about 2 or 3 days to link with her outside of that, or she on to the next.
Oh, for real?
Now it's like I noticed people slow down a bit, so it's like
Yeah.
it's not that much of a rush, or I don't know what it is, but I just noticed like it's slowed down a bit, like socially.
Okay.
And then yeah, like it's man, the city I used to live in when I first out here, they done built that whole city up. That
Oh,
shit
word.
mad nice now. I'm like, damn, I wish I'd have bought some property when I first went
Damn.
out there, but it is what it is. Life is
So,
great.
so where do you actually? Because it's Dallas Fort Worth area, but like, where do you live? I guess is it Dallas
So
Fort Worth?
so I actually live in Dallas now.
Okay. Okay.
Before I used to live in a city like 25 minutes away.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was like a small town, but that shit buzzing or
Word.
bustling, whatever they
Yeah.
call it.
When was you there before? Like, what was that time period before that you was there?
That shit was 19.
19. Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
I'm like
yeah, yeah.
20. Okay, 2019. Okay.
Yeah, October 2019 to I'm
Oh,
gonna say May of 2022.
damn. So you caught like so you had before COVID Dallas, yeah, I mean area,
Mm-hmm.
and then you caught COVID, yeah, I mean, like and was kind
Yeah,
of stuck in there, yeah, I mean, and what
yeah,
that was like. So you experienced like the whole shutdown experience, whatever, and
yeah,
then I mean you had to come back for a second, and you back out there. But you moved back out
yeah.
there in 2024, right? It was 2020, it was last year.
Yep, yep.
So it's been like what, 8 months, 6 months, almost a
It's
year?
it's a year now.
It's
So
a
I
year.
I literally got out here like Valentine's Day of last year, and
Oh,
then
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, because it was like, yeah, January. He was like, yo, bro, I'm about to leave next month. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, all right. So that's what's up. But
Yep.
yo, man, like just tell me because obviously, man, it's different living in on the East Coast, the Northeast, you know what I'm saying, Pennsylvania versus like living down there and just living in a big city in general. But like I mean, we be chopping it up, whatever, and you be telling me about just different experiences that like probably because maybe because we don't live in a big we're not from a big city, it's just like
Mhm.
kind of foreign. But like what are these like social groups and stuff like that you've been getting a part of? Like what's like how does that work? What is that about? And like, you know what I mean?
So here's the thing, right? So like when you in a big city, one thing I noticed is that like there's no such thing as being cool other than just being cool. So
Okay.
like whatever you into, if you into art, that's cool. They got a large pocket of people that's in the arts. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? If you into fitness, being fit is cool when you in a big city. And I mean, it's not
Ah,
like some taboo thing where, you feel like I know a lot of people that be like scared to work out because they afraid of what people might think. Man,
okay.
there's so many exercise groups. Like you got run clubs, you got all types of CrossFit clubs. What else they be doing? Pilates been blowing up lately.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
whatever you went to, they got it, and it's a large group of people. If you went to hiking,
Okay.
kayaking, whatever you went to, it's mad people, and it's black people too. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like so,
Okay.
yeah, so yeah, I got like a little hiking group I be with, like usually on Saturdays, and
Okay.
then I used to do the run club thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I ain't did that in a while. I need to start going again.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, and then the dinner club. Or was you alluding to the
Yeah, the
dinner clubs?
dinner club.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes, yes. I'm losing the
So
dinner
that's a
club.
big thing too.
Okay.
Now, usually, like it's a lot of professional people that do it. But then also they got this app called Time Left,
Okay.
where basically it'll be like you and like seven other strangers. Y'all go out to dinner, and it'll be they'll pair you with people around your age group and whatnot. And yeah, like this should be lit.
Yeah.
I ain't never had a bad experience yet. It'd be
Okay.
like every Wednesday at like 7.
Okay. Okay.
And I met a lot of dope ass people.
Okay.
So
Okay.
but yeah, like think about that. Think about somebody in York trying to get that together. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of strangers going out for dinner. It ain't gonna fly.
It ain't gonna fly because yeah,
It ain't
because
gonna.
you want to know like the degrees of separation is like small, like it's not even six
Hmm.
degrees. So yeah, you gonna know. So it's gonna be somebody cousin. It's gonna be somebody that don't like your friend. It's gonna be somebody that played your mom back in the day. Or scammed you. It might be somebody that scammed your people. You might have got they
Yeah,
might have shot your relative. Like yo, bro, it get crazy. Yeah, I mean like whatever,
yeah.
but they're probably because you not from there or whatever, but like you just saying like one thing I'm seeing that you're saying is that like if you there's tribes for everybody, like you know what I mean, like and you
Hmm.
could find your fitting, but like when you are in like a smaller town, it's like yeah, like you feel like you're kind of closed off to certain opportunities, you know what I'm saying? But
Also, here's the thing too. A lot of people are more open.
okay, okay,
Like no one's really trying to like. I don't want to say. I don't want to say no one's trying to look cool, but it's like people are just more open to new experiences.
okay, okay.
And you have to be too, because the city's so big. It's like what you gonna do? You gonna keep brunching every weekend? You
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
keep you gonna keep going to the bar getting drunk at the same place all the time? Nah. And then on top of that, I forgot what they said, how many people be moving out here, but it's like I want to say it's like 80,000 people to 100,000 people that
Damn,
move to this specific area every year. Something crazy. You know what I
damn.
mean? So it's like you got people from Cali, Kentucky, fucking Oregon, Boston,
Okay.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? You got people moving all over. So yeah, you got a whole melting pot of experiences, cultures, all that. So it's like, I mean, you ain't got no choice but to venture out and do something different.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, I guess I'm wondering too, because we are from Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is historically it is a swing state, right? So like it goes back and forth. So we like a purple state. And so like I've said this before on the podcast, and I don't think people realize it as much, but like, yo, your politics and the way you view like society the region and or like kind of like the political affiliation of where you from kind of dictates that. So like since we are a swing state, when we think of politics out here, I feel like it's always contentious because it's always like this guy, this side, that side, and it's like a lot of like fighting, so to speak, and we're almost like kind of skeptical about the government and politics and how things work. But like you move to a red state, right? So where
Hmm.
you know what I mean, and like I feel like if you live in a place where it's like the politics are a certain way, it is gonna change your view of society and how things work. But like like you live in a red state, so like things that are being passed that might be from Republicans, it's like no, we collectively, maybe not individually, but collectively, everybody's on the same page. They're like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. But like obviously in Texas, there is like, and when you're talking about a lot of people going there, yes, there's a lot of people going there, but I feel like you alluding to like a lot of black people coming to these areas as well. So like, what has it been like so far now in 2025? New political administration, like what's the vibe down there? Is it just like is everybody cool with how things are going, or do you feel that same tension, you know what I'm saying, like when it comes to like politics, or do you not really are you not really feeling any of that? Because I'm sure you're having conversations at these dinner clubs and stuff like
Mhm.
that, whatever. So like what's the climate down there? You know what I mean?
Well, here's the thing. At the dinner clubs, usually we don't talk about politics.
That's good. That's good.
Maybe at the professional ones. I haven't been to one of those yet because technically I don't know if I qualify for a professional, but
Okay.
I am going to try to attend one soon. But here's the thing. Like, let me how I want to say this. I'll give you a prime example. So, right, I went to brunch probably like a month or two ago, right? I'm up in there. The bartender was like having a argument with some of the waiting staff or whatever because it was kind of early. The restaurant only had maybe about 30 people in there. It
Okay.
probably fit like 150, 200. But so yeah, it was kind of empty. So they was having this little debate back and forth around the bar. Only reason why I heard it because I'm sitting at the bar. And it was three black women and one black dude. The black dude was hella logical. He was just coming up with all types of points for why he wasn't voting at all. And then the black woman was like, "Oh, you should vote for Kamala." Da 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 da. And then of course she had her two little cronies with her agreeing with everything she's saying,
Yeah.
and she couldn't even justify any reason other than Kamala was black.
Oh,
And,
okay.
and that was like the only point she had. And then
Yeah.
she kept talking about some what was it? What was that program they saying Trump was trying to initiate? Something 2025,
Oh, Project 2025. Yeah.
Project 2025. So she just kept mentioning that and then mentioning how Kamala was black and all that. Um, but other than that, I don't see a lot of tension over politics. The only thing they be really beefing about, if anything, is ICE
Oh,
and
yes.
abortions. That's about it.
Okay. Okay.
But then again, though, too, most people they keep that amongst their little social group. They don't really. I don't see too much tension out when I'm out, unless it's just like a couple black people that know each other or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
But and like yeah, it doesn't honestly it don't be that bad. To be honest with you.
Yeah. 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 All right, that's interesting.
So
Yeah, I'm saying that's cool. Cause I just wondered, but yeah, like that's almost even my point too. Like I feel like if you live in a place where it's like it's you know collectively it's one way, it's like all right, people just kind of just go about their business and they don't, But like I said, living in Pennsylvania, it's always like everybody vocal and you see on social media and you might not necessarily like even your social media presence down there it's probably not as low. It's probably more like broad and like nationwide as opposed to like
yeah.
localized. And like if you're on Facebook, you hearing all the drama from your little town. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? As opposed to like just Instagram posts that are like from people from all over the place. So all
Oh,
right,
and
yeah,
the one thing I will say this too is like it's a lot of woke black folk out here too.
there
A lot
are
of woke black people. Yeah. So
okay.
yeah, it's not going to be like your typical, oh, everybody's just a Democrat because I'm black. Like that. That's typically how it is. Like back home, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
everybody
yeah,
acts like they're Democrat because they're black. Even dudes that ain't Democrat, they'll still act it just to gain some sort of social points when they out with their peoples and whatnot. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not out here. It's like so. One thing I will say about Texas is like everyone has like they have like a free spirit. It's like a free spiritedness about them where it's
Okay.
like they cool with being wild. They cool with just being themselves for the most part. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's like kind of like a rebellious spirit. Like they don't necessarily feel the need to go with the flow. I don't
Okay.
know how to explain that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely a little wild side to most people out here.
Yeah. Yo, like
Even the people that move here, they end up if they wasn't wild before, they'll gain some sort of wild side. Like when
yeah,
they,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, Texas is open carry.
yeah.
So is that normal? Like you see people with like are you allowed to be in bars and shit like that with the strap? Like
So you can't go to the bars.
okay, okay.
Um, And then also, here's another thing. I'm gonna touch on your point. So I just saw a video. There was a police officer. He was talking to another truck driver, right? And he was telling the truck driver when you deliver to certain parts of Houston, or when you just deliver in Houston in general, he recommends you carry a gun on you. I
Okay.
mean, because here's the thing. Like, let's say you're a truck driver and someone's trying to rob your truck is considered your house. So if
Mm.
you defend yourself, if you defend yourself with your weapon, that's self defense automatically because you're in your house.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
so I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like I didn't even know
Yeah.
that. I just saw this video the other day. But yeah, do people open carry? Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I ain't gonna front. I be in the nice spots most of the time. So
Yeah, yeah,
ain't
yeah.
nobody open carrying up in there. And I mean, but
Yeah.
yeah, you could definitely open carry wherever you want as long as you ain't in no federal building for the most part. or you
Okay.
ain't in a bar because they pat you down at the bar and whatnot.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
so
and they can choose to say, "Hey, we don't want that in our establishment because of
exactly.
yeah, and yeah, drink." Because I always wonder about that, like in the open carry state, like that seems dangerous. You know what I mean? Got drunk, a lot of drunk people just, you know what I mean? On one hand, it could keep the peace because it's like, all right, we know where it could go, but it could go left. You know what I mean? Where it's like, all right, all it takes is one thrown off person to get mad. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, it's crazy. Like just probably like 2 or 3 days ago, there was a road rage incident where two people got to arguing on the highway. They pulled off onto the service road. If you don't know what the service road is, it's basically a road that runs parallel with the highway.
Okay, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
like, so say you miss your exit, you could just get off on the next exit, and then spin around or whatever. But anyway, they got off on the service road, and the dude bodied the other dude.
Oh.
So it went from them switching lanes and arguing to they pulled off on the service road, and then dude got busy, but he booked
Damn.
now. He arrested. So yeah, it could definitely go both ways.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for
And then
sure.
you only got to be 18 too. You don't need no license or nothing. It's just legal.
Yeah, because yeah, like it's that, and that was like recent. Like, wasn't that like last year? Like they just said, like, yeah, you don't even need no identification or nothing like that. You don't need no permit or nothing.
Yeah, you
That's
don't need none. It's
that's
18.
crazy. That's crazy. That's
Lu- Lu- Louisiana just passed that law too. They could just be 18. That's it.
just be 18. Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. That's yeah, like that's as a mind. That's like mind blowing. I mean, for up this way. I mean, but
hmm
that's interesting though. But all right,
One one
let's
thing I one
okay.
thing I will
No,
say too, I can't say there's too much of a safety difference either between Texas and PA.
okay.
I never noticed it. I mean, but
Oh, so it
it,
get crazy. It get just as crazy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you know how it be. So all right, let's move on to the next topic. And hold on real quick, real quick. All right, moving on to the next thing. So on my platform, I react to a lot of different things. And one, I've been coming across a lot of like dope female content creators that like focus on like mental health. You put me on to that Chandler Taylor girl,
Mhm.
or Taylor Chandler.
Taylor Channel, yeah.
Taylor Chandler girl, and then there's this other therapist, which I reacted to a video probably a week or two ago, and it's like something about her name is like Raquel something capacity whatever, but she has some like dope perspectives. But so we're gonna take a little we're gonna just react to one of her videos, and this is gonna be our mental health moment, and just like see if we agree or disagree with what she's trying to say, whatever. But let's tune in here. Share this video quick. All right. I think it's ready to go. All right, so this one, the title or at least the caption, it says therapist says we should have never destigmatized mental health. We should have never destigmatized mental health. So let's see what she got to talk about. And one thing I like about her is that she does speak from like a common sense standpoint about things. But again, I seen this video maybe one time, but I like a lot of her videos, but we're just gonna react to this one. So
Okay.
let's take a look.
So before you close your mind and close your ears, just listen, okay? Mental health is not an illness. It's not this fragile thing that needed saving or that needs saving. Your mental health is how you think, feel, and function every day, right? Destigmatizing mental health made it seem like mental health itself was the problem when the real issue was how we shame people for struggling, not the fact that they struggled in the first place, okay? So I want you to think about what we actually destigmatize. We destigmatize illness so people don't feel ashamed of being sick. We destigmatize disability so people can have access to support without discrimination. We destigmatize addiction so people can seek treatment without the fear of judgment. But mental health, it was never supposed to be in that category. That's like saying we need to destigmatize physical health. Nobody is out here trying to remove the shame from having a heartbeat. It's just a part of life. And that's exactly what mental health is. But instead of treating it in that way, we've turned normal emotions into diagnoses, normal challenges into disorders, and normal stress into something people think they shouldn't have to feel. What we should have done is destigmatize seeking support, right? So that people don't feel weak for needing
Okay.
help, but also don't assume that, therapy is the only answer. Destigmatize emotional struggles so that people stop thinking that sadness, stress, or frustration means that they're mentally unwell. Destigmatize life's transition so people stop mistaking discomfort for dysfunction every time they feel challenged to grow. But instead, we've convinced an entire society, if you ask me, that mental health is delicate and needs constant protection. We've made it normal to self diagnose, avoid hard emotions,
I was
and
gonna get
define
into that.
ourselves by struggle instead of our capacity to move through it. We never needed to destigmatize mental health. We needed to teach people that struggling is normal so that they wouldn't assume every challenge is a crisis.
Mm, that's
She
some good shit.
bodied that,
She
yo.
bodied that. Yeah, man. She be talking, man. Yeah, I mean. So hold on, let me unshare this. Okay. So what do you think, man? What do you think? Her point there. Because I got some thoughts, but what do you think, man? Initial thoughts.
So she first off, she killed that. So it's like about the self-diagnosis, right?
Yeah, that's the part where I was like, yeah, good.
I don't even mind if someone self-diagnoses themselves as long as they start doing the work and then
Yes.
try to get past it. Don't use it as a crutch. Just use it as a like an understanding. Like, oh, okay, this is what this is, or this is what this might be. What can I do to better live with this, or
Yeah.
to eventually get over it? It's not like a it's not like a game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like
Yes, yes.
like
ADHD gang. Like,
yeah, autism gang, all that. I mean, I can't tell
yo.
you how many people I know diagnose themselves with autism.
Oh my
And
God. Yes,
shit, I think
yes.
Amanda Seals did that shit, matter of fact.
Yeah, she did. She
Yeah,
self-diagnosed and then gonna say some like made it a big thing on Shannon Sharp, whatever, and then was like,
yeah.
oh well, no, I didn't actually go to doctors, and yeah, I mean, I'm like, come on, lady, like,
Come on, man. Come on. They want illnesses so bad, like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then just like what she said, not they want the illness so bad because they want people to cater to their emotions so that way their life can be nonstop comfortable. They don't have to be relied upon or held
yep,
accountable for nothing because it's like, oh, I'm autistic, or oh, I got what was it, bipolar? I'm bipolar. It's like, bruh,
yeah.
life still apply to you whether you bipolar or not.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. You
Especially
still
if you're an
account,
adult.
still held accountable for everything. You still responsible for everything. Like,
Especially if you're an adult.
especially if you're an adult.
But
Yes,
man,
yes. Yeah, I like what she was saying because I do feel like when it comes to mental health, we definitely put the cart before the horse. And
yeah,
yeah, it was like people started basically WebMDing their emotions and they was like, hey, I'm feeling this today. What is that, man? Why do I feel like this?
yeah,
Oh, I'm depressed. Yeah, I mean, it's like you not fucking depressed. Like you not fucking
yeah,
depressed, or you don't have anxiety. You don't have all these things, and like yeah, the self-diagnosis came, and it's like okay, but like yeah, they didn't do the work. They didn't go seek help. They just felt like they seen a couple inspirational messages. Yeah, I mean,
mhm,
and it got them to their center, so to speak, or at least feeling good in that moment.
mhm,
And they're like, "Yep, I know how to live with this." And it's like really like maybe nothing was wrong with them in the first place, or maybe something is wrong with them, and it's like no, like you were supposed to like take that to the next level. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
And so I've been seeing the therapist, man, since last year, and that's one thing I did learn because I'm just wondering, you take all these surveys and you talking whatever, and that was one of the main things my guy was saying. He was like, "Yo, bro, you not." And it was good. I got a black man, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But
Mhm,
he was like, "Yo, you're not depressed and you don't have anxiety. So like it's just, so yeah, you don't have no diagnosis, bro. So like it's all good. We could talk through whatever, you know what I mean?
mhm,
More so it's more so talk therapy about um it's a way for me to hold myself accountable with certain things. It ain't even about like yeah, and again, sometimes you might just need a therapist for that type of stuff. Like you might not have nothing wrong with you, but like, yeah, you don't want to keep. telling your friends the same issues, and you don't want to bog them down, and because I know, I've talked to you, and I'm thinking like, man, I probably sound like a broken record, you know what I mean? And then as men, we feel like, you don't want to keep complaining about your problems or whatever. You want to do something about it, and sometimes your friends, they can help you get there or whatever, but like, a lot of times we don't always listen to our we don't always listen to our friends initially, you know what I mean? So sometimes you might need a outside source, and a third party might help you like see it a little bit more clearly, whatever. But yeah, it was like, yeah, no, bro, you good. And then so I fuck with Bull, like it's been good for me, but I know that, yeah, I don't have no like issues. It's more so like if any problems I got going on, it's self-inflicted for real. And it's like having to look at yourself in the mirror and like be like, all right, bro, you gotta
Yeah.
chill.
Yo, do you remember the diagnosis I gave you?
I don't remember. What
I
did you
said, I
say?
said, I said, bro, you have a conscience.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Recently.
Yeah. Like that, that's
I
all
said,
it is. You
damn,
just,
nigga. I was like, damn, nigga, I wasn't living with no conscience before. And
yeah,
he was like, nah, it's just your conscience is just getting stronger now. And I was like,
yeah,
yo, bro, like, all right, that's what it feel like when you exercise that thing,
yeah.
man. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro, you be having some of the best problems I ever heard.
first world problems,
Yeah.
nigga. First world problems.
Yeah, word.
So that's
That
what's
shit's
up, though.
funny.
But yeah, you know how it is, though. But
Yeah, I definitely do.
because I think sometimes, man, too, it's easy to just kind of like keep repeating the same shit, though. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And
Yeah.
so, like, sometimes, you might see a therapist to kind of like, it helps you to like just again reflect and like self correct, so to speak, and get out of that. But like, yeah, like I said, I like what she was saying though. Just we should have just, yeah, focused on, hey, tell people to get help, man. If you ain't right, I mean, just go get help. Not necessarily like, let's not, oh, you don't be like, you shouldn't feel ashamed if you have something that's going on with you, if you are depressed, or if you have anxiety, or if you have like if you're schizophrenic, like, you shouldn't feel bad about, like, because like some of those things you can't always help some of those things. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
sometimes there is a chemical imbalance in there, so you shouldn't feel bad about it. But like, you shouldn't use it to justify your living, your being, so to speak. You should go out and do something about it. But
One real quick, on a scale of 1 to 10, how transformative was you going to therapy? Or has it been, how transformative has it been?
if I 1 to 10, I say like a 7, maybe six and a
Oh,
half,
that's
7.
good. Hey.
6.5, 7, yeah,
Mhm.
because yeah, I think certain things I probably could have figured out on my own, whatever, but like it was a way for me to just kind of like pause some things, and because like I said, man, when you have, and I don't want to get into
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
but
yeah. I ain't want you
no, but
to.
like when you just have just certain voices in your ears, you know what I mean, whatever, it can kind of cloud that, whatever. So like going to therapy was, it gave me a chance to just like pause certain things and just like, all right, let me back away, let me take some space, and then move accordingly, you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I would say like a six. I would say like a 6.5, 7. Yeah, I mean, for like, it's been good. It ain't, it's not a waste. I'm glad there ain't nothing going on, like, for real, because
Hmm.
then, I wouldn't want to be on no kind of medication and things like that. But I think too, it's like I'm pretty smart, and I'm pretty self aware. Like, I feel like I do have strong like intrapersonal intelligence and then
Hmm.
interpersonal intelligence, because I know what my actions and how I'm affecting people and things like that. And I do have empathy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And like, so it does coincide with my conscience. I have my empathy, whatever, but like sometimes, with sometimes you try to fight your conscience, and like, what I mean, and you be losing them battles sometimes.
yeah.
And so I think it was just able for me to kind of like just get aligned a little bit. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
And just to add on to your point, so what you just said at the end, how you're intelligent, you're emotionally intelligent, you got empathy, all that. So I forgot what the fuck you said. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
I know what you said. So anyway, so the same thing with me. So like I had like five therapy sessions,
Oh, for
but
real? When you
yeah,
when you start doing that?
this was like 2 years ago.
Oh, word?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's when you got all like zen and smart. That's when my man started speaking
No.
that shit, bro. No, no, he always you always be talking that shit though.
Yeah, but see, and that's the thing. So like because I read, because I meditate, because I now that's self isolation. That is one thing I stopped after therapy. I will say that. But
Yeah.
I used to always self isolate, always meditate and all that. And I was always intelligent too. And I would say probably from the age of 24 and up, I became emotionally intelligent,
Okay. Okay.
and it only increased every year. So it's like I didn't feel the need to keep going back. It's like, all
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to understand and know what this is. Cool.
Yeah.
And
Well, and to add to that, where like there's people that have a totally, I don't like when people like have a completely negative view of like like going to therapy and things like that, and they be like, oh, it don't
hmm
work, whatever. But like, it don't work if you don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't work if you don't put in the work.
hmm
And a lot of times when people are saying that, they're not even going off their own experiences. They're saying like, oh, it didn't work for this person. But I'm like, yeah, but there's mad variables
Oh my God.
of why it might not have worked for that person, and they're only going to tell you their version, and that's probably why they should probably be back in there. You know what I mean?
hmm
Because they got some stuff to kind of work through, whatever. But I was gonna make another point, but I lost my train of thought with that. But yeah,
Yeah.
what you gonna say?
Now I just when you say it don't work if you don't work,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's the important thing. And like I know some chicks that I've had dealt with in the past where they would go to therapy. They don't be working on themselves. They just keep going to therapy.
yeah.
And from what they telling me, it sounds like they be lying to their therapist too. Like
That's
so
yes,
it's
yes,
like if you're not gonna open up to your therapist, it ain't gonna work.
yep,
And then if you don't take active steps to actually, work on yourself, it ain't gonna work.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
No matter how many times you go. I mean, it just, you know what I mean? But yeah, you said it. If it don't work, if you don't work.
Yep. Well, yeah, and so now I remember because it was what you said, where you said you didn't go back. So when people that have all these negative opinions about mental health, they say stuff like, "Oh, see, you're never gonna get cured, so they just want your money, whatever." And I'm like, "See, no, you got to look at a therapist as like a personal trainer. Like you don't have to have like a personal trainer is there to kind of teach you strategies and things like that. So you could kind of, I mean, and they do hold you accountable for as long as you want to pay them. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Whatever. But like, it's supposed to like create those habits and routines to where like, all right, well now I don't need the personal trainer. Now I could do it on my like. Yeah, you're not supposed to have you technically not like I've learned this. You're not supposed to have a personal trainer forever. Like, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're a athlete and you're training. You know what I mean, like
Yeah.
you're a regular person, you're not supposed to have a personal trainer for 30 years. You know what I mean? Like you supposed to that period of time, learn what you gotta learn, and then change your lifestyle. And that's what it is
Yeah.
with therapists. It's like, yeah, I mean, yeah, like there's gonna be a time pretty, I mean, I would say pretty soon I'm
hmm
gonna be like, all right, yeah, yeah, it's cool, man. I got to figure it out for the most part. And if I see myself backslide, you could go back, whatever. But like
Yeah.
again, I'm not dealing with any diagnosis, so it's not about backslide. It's just about just again, just doing what I gotta do. But yeah, it's sure they want your money, so to speak, whatever. But like, I don't know. And also too, man, if you could get stuff through in your insurance or whatever, and so it's like they're not like I've learned too, like they don't necessarily be making a lot of bread off of these like online and going through the insurance, whatever. So it's not
Yeah.
if you go in private practice, you know what I mean, and like you know what I
hmm
mean, and you going directly and you seeing them and you paying 200, yeah, $250 a session or something like that. Like, no, yeah, they probably want you to keep coming coming back, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But like I feel like yeah, now what like the access is much higher than it ever was before. You know what I mean? And I do feel like these people, especially that do these like because I do online. I feel like
hmm
these people are generally trying to help people, you know, find themselves, so to speak. So, but all right, let's move on, man. Let's move on. And yeah, this is I couldn't wait to talk about this, man. So the tank fight. Tank versus Roach, man. We're gonna get into that, man. And you are like probably my friend that's the biggest boxing aficionado. You know what I mean? I love boxing a lot too. I haven't really missed too many pay-per-views in the last like couple years. I'll be
hmm
watching. I don't watch the little fights. You know what I mean? Like you be giving me insight on guys before they, on their rise. I mean, because you're a true fan.
Yeah.
And So the Tank fight. So we all know. So the other weekend, we seen the fight. It's Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, and we seen the outcome, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a draw, and there's a lot of controversy with that. But like first, let me share a video. This was before the fight, but obviously this content creator they have an opinion on like how it went down. But like let's see what Roach was saying before the fight, and we'll start reacting to this and breaking this down. All right, let's see here. All right, so this is SO World. And he be talking about a bunch of stuff. We had Lamont Roach on before the fight, but here the caption is Lamont Roach won the fight.
Yeah, you walk in here real fucking confident, man.
I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be. This is my job. This is what I do. This is what I'm born to do. This is what I've been doing. It ain't nothing new.
I'm not no boxer, but everybody be talking to Gervonta, it don't be coming out good for them, man. I'm just keeping it real. I'm a boxing fan. I seen you fight. You a fighter.
He obviously is a superstar. But just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win. I've been coming to win. And I think the same result going to happen on December the 14th. Now, as far as me, like, it and all that, like, it's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, this is the first time I fought somebody that's actually, like, in the same, like,
Vicinity is you.
yeah, like, we know the same people or some of the same crowds. Like, outside kind of like this, like the same. The people that know him are the people that know me and shit like that. And we follow each other on the, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all follow each other on the gram?
I know him. I known him since I was this, you know what I'm saying? Since we was kids.
You walk in here real fucking confident, man.
I'm supposed to be.
Okay, yeah, all right. This is repeating itself, but all right, man. So obviously, that was months ago because you notice the date that he said. He said December 14th. So because remember this fight was like pushed around and you know whatever playing around. So going into the fight, I guess I want to know your initial thoughts going into the fight. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to go down?
So first of all, I thought Tank was going to wash him in like maybe 6 rounds, maybe 7.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be competitive at all.
Really?
At all.
At all?
At all.
Why?
So
Why? Is it because of what you've seen from Roach or just the track record of like opponents?
So both. Number one, as you can see, Tank has made a career out of avoiding the top fighters in his weight class since day one.
Floyd Mayweather playbook.
Exactly. What I don't even want to call it that. He got his own playbook.
Okay.
Floyd fought some killers before he started picking.
At the end, well, you talking? Okay. Because I feel like he was fight. Yeah, he was picking, but I feel like he was picking guys at the end of their career a little bit. You know what I mean? But
yeah. I would say that was around. I think when Floyd turned about 28 years old, that's when he started doing that.
Yeah.
But before he was fighting killers.
Okay.
And dropping them, beating them in every way you could think of.
Yeah.
Tank, he fought like one killer. That was it. And then
who's the killer?
The killer was the one boy. He was it was
Cruz?
a Puerto Rican dude. I forgot his name.
Oh.
But I didn't even have Tank winning that fight. I thought Tank was gonna get slept for real. But it was a Puerto Rican dude. It was his first big fight. They fought at the Barclays.
Okay.
It was a 130 pounder. I forgot his name.
Was it Cruz? You're not talking about Pitbull, are you?
No, not Pitbull Cruz. It was way before then. This is when Tank had short hair.
Oh wow.
Damn, I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But the dude was like the reigning champ for like 6 years, 7 years, and he was undefeated.
Okay.
If you see the interview, Tank was talking about this is the guy that Floyd threw him in there with so he could lose. Tank felt like Floyd was conspiring against him or whatnot by throwing him in there. I don't know, but that was the only real killer that Tank fought. Everybody else was tailor made for him. So with him fighting Roach, it's like, bro, why would you go pull up a smaller dude from a smaller weight class when you already hit harder than everyone? Tank hits hard enough to knock out a 147 pounder for real.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Even after what we just saw.
Yeah. Okay. So here's the thing too. Part of knocking people out, it ain't just power.
Yeah.
It's about slickness.
Yeah.
Can you land a shot without them seeing the shot coming?
Yeah.
Well, that's the one thing Roach was good at. Roach, he can see, he can see what you're doing. Because mind you, Roach did fight in the Olympics. He fought on the USA team.
Yeah.
And I've seen like 3 of his fights. He a pretty good fighter. However, there was nothing about him where I thought like he's gonna give Tank a good one. But apparently, because he's familiar with Tank, they've been in the ring plenty of times. I feel like that helped him.
Yeah, yeah,
And also I think it's gonna help him in a rematch too. But we're gonna stay on this fight for now. But tell me
yeah.
what you think. What was you
So
thinking in the beginning?
so in the beginning, yeah, I thought that this was like what Tank does. I thought he was scheduling because although Roach is a champion, whatever, but it like he don't have that name yet, you know what I mean, so to
Yeah.
speak. Unless you are like truly like really into like every you know in every champion you follow everybody, whatever.
Mhm.
He don't have the name. Like is
Yeah.
that fair to say that he don't really have that name yet? Like
Well, yeah, for sure. He definitely don't have the name.
okay.
I just don't think that had anything to do about with the outcome. But
Well,
go ahead.
you know, you're right, but that what I mean, like, just initially, I was just thinking, like, oh man, Tank picking somebody, okay, he's a champion, but like, I don't know nothing about this dude. He
Yeah.
man, Tank gonna knock this dude out, whatever, you know,
Hmm.
like it's just gonna be over. It's just a matter of like when is the fight gonna be over. So,
Hmm.
and I knew somebody that went to the fight, and they was talking about like, oh yeah, I got Tank in 4 rounds, and I was like, damn, for real, it's gonna be like
Well,
that. So just the perception of things, it's like you're just you're watching the Tank fight to see when is he gonna knock this guy out,
mhm.
whatever. So yes, I going into it, I had no concerns about Tank at all. I felt
Yeah.
confident about it. And again, I didn't know enough about this other guy's resume to really say. And you know, Tank has fought guys that are champions, so to speak. And being a champion, you know, not to take away from somebody's championship, but like
Hmm.
you already know sometimes it's about timing. And like
Yeah.
you might have slipped in there and got the right guy at the right time, you know what I mean, so to
Hmm.
speak, and you're the champion, and but you don't know how to retain. Like you
Yeah.
can't retain
Exactly.
that belt, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's like, all right, you know, champion or not, this is a smaller guy. Tank got this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it was automatically for me. And then I was thinking, I looked at it as like, is this like some type of tune up for somebody else? Because, like you said, man, Tank has been and he has been ducking dudes, man. And
Yeah.
like and the Tank, the big Tank fan, they don't want to admit that a lot of times. I don't think nobody wants to really admit that, but like he be ducking, bro. Like
Yeah.
he be ducking, and then they try to make it it's about business, and it's like okay, you got to get your bag, but like even this person, I heard like, oh, this is like his first like $10 million fight, and I'm like, like come on, bro, like you bet, like you not even as big as you think you is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you struggling to get a $10 million fight. You know what I mean? And if we're comparing you to Mayweather, Mayweather is $100 million fight guy. You know what
Like,
I'm
wait,
saying?
hold up,
Whatever.
hold up. They said this is Tank's first $10 million fight.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Now,
We could fact check. We could fact
yeah,
check.
yeah.
I mean, we
I
could
won't
fact
say
check.
he might have made 10 million for the fight, but he's probably gonna get a crazy percentage on the pay per view.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. He's probably gonna get a crazy percentage on the pay per view and the tickets and whatnot. Got to be because I know he got to get more than 10. Because I think
You would
Haney would
hope.
get. Yeah, I would hope. Yeah, I gotta look into that. That's crazy.
Well, because remember Mayweather, then you know I don't know what Mayweather was pulling in back in the day, whatever. But
Mhm.
like you know Mayweather ain't started really making money till he got his own promotion company.
Yeah.
Like that's when it started getting real. You know what I mean for him, and
Mhm.
then it was just the allure of like, oh, let's see if like that's you know Floyd became the villain, and it was like people were watching to see Floyd lose. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
because he got so cocky and I mean so vocal and things like that. But yeah, I just thought this was like, oh, this must be a tune up for something else. I don't know who else. I don't know who else. Like, well, Tank was supposed to fight Loma, and then Loma like kind of like didn't he like back out or something happened to him, whatever.
Yeah, he needed to take a break. He needed
He
to take
did.
a break because you got to understand, Loma, he's a soldier too. He's
Yeah, yeah,
actually fighting in the war.
that's
So
crazy.
after he fought against who was it? Haney. I think he
Yeah.
took like a year off. I don't think he fought since Haney, did he?
No, I don't think so. No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. So he took about 2 3 years off, and mind you, he older too, so his body don't heal up like the rest of these young dudes.
Yeah,
So he
yeah,
probably need a break to heal physically. Then he also got to get back to his country and his
yeah.
family and whatnot. So and yeah, I think he about to retire. To believe it or not.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'd be having to give up. So yeah, I thought it was a tune up for that. For you know somebody because I mean, is he gonna fight? Was he ever gonna fight Haney? Was he ever gonna fight Shakur? You know what I mean? And there's a lot, and it's Tank was just he's kind of put himself in this is you know this box, so to speak, to where it's like, all right, man, like if you're not gonna fight the guys that we think you should fight, then are you gonna move up and then fight a start a whole new cycle of guys that we don't really know, and
Yeah,
then take a belt from somebody we don't really know. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I'm like, is that what that's what it's gonna be? But let's get into the fight itself, right? So, man. So we didn't think that Tank would get challenged, whatever. But
Mhm.
like, where did Tank go wrong? Like, what happened in that fight to where it just didn't look right. Like I don't know, from the beginning, like like the first round, um, the other dude, Roach, outlanded him, and like Tank might landed like three punches, but it's like obviously we know, like it's become this thing now that Tank is like a slow starter. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
he's downloading the data, right? Like he's
yeah.
he's he's downloading data. So it's like, all right, all right, all right. But it's like, when is he gonna hit that switch? And I feel like he was solid in some rounds, but like I feel like he never hit that switch, bro. Like, and what happened? Like,
Back to what we mentioned before. This dude is spoiled. So he got his team. They only matching him against people who he could look like a monster against.
okay,
So if you look at his resume, is mainly one nationality on his resume:
okay.
Mexican fighters.
Oh, Mexicans. Okay,
Now,
okay,
so anybody knows the Mexican boxing style, for the most part, they're like a straight up and down. I don't even want to say straight up and down, but they're very basic. They're
yeah,
very offensive, but they're basic.
yeah.
So they're only going to attack. They're only going to come forward. They don't fight off the back foot rarely at all because they think it's like you less of a man if you fight off the
Yeah,
back foot.
okay, that
That's
machismo.
that's their
Yes,
cultural belief. So
yeah,
they constantly go forward and they're attackers. They're pressure fighters usually and they're attackers. That's what they do.
yeah.
Now here's the thing: Tank is a great counter puncher.
He is. He is.
And Tank knows how to fight lateral, forward, backward, on angles. Most Mexican fighters don't fight going backwards or on angles. They constantly go forward. So you know they're going to be there.
Yeah.
So whatever Tank wants to hit them with, if he wants to slip off to the right and throw the uppercut, is there. He wants to slip off to the left. It don't matter where he go. It don't matter if Tank takes a half step to the left and then throws something half step to the right. Doesn't matter where he go. The Mexican fighter is going to be right there in front of him. He knows it, so he can load up a big ass shot and then look like he the greatest boxer of all time.
Yeah.
You fight against a black fighter. Most black fighters, they're well rounded. They know how
Yes.
to fight
Yes.
going backwards. They'll use the ropes. If you hurt a black fighter, they don't got no problem clinching. That's another thing a lot of Mexican fighters don't do. They won't grab you and hold on.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
won't they won't try to survive the round. They're going to try to fight through the round. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
opens you up for more knockout punches.
Yes.
Tank
Yes.
Tank fighting against Shakur. In order to knock Shakur out, you literally gonna have to sleep this dude.
Yeah.
Because if you
Yeah.
if you hurt him in any capacity, he's gonna grab you or he's gonna run and you gotta catch him. Same
Okay.
thing with Lamont. Now with Lamont, he took a different approach. He was like, you know what? He was like, I'm gonna stay on Tank. I'm gonna put pressure on him just to score order because we know Tank's a slow starter.
Yes.
Lamont, he was like, yo, you know what? I'm gonna keep pressure on him so I can win all the rounds where Tank isn't active. And for
Yeah.
the most part, that's what he did. He won a lot of rounds just by being active, being
Yes.
assertive and whatnot.
Yes.
And because Tank is so spoiled, he couldn't turn that switch on. Like you said, he couldn't turn it on because he's used to it being easy.
Yes.
I mean, because here's the thing: even though Lamont was assertive, he wasn't really letting his hands go
No,
like
he
a
wasn't. Yeah,
typical.
because Tank creates that fear. Because like if I start letting these go, I might catch one that I don't see coming. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
exactly,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lamont, he was coming forward, but he was still defensively sound.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
nobody really done that yet. You know what I mean? And so
Mm.
yeah, Tank, he used, like I said, this boxing shit is a walk in the park for Tank
Yeah. Yeah.
because everything is made for him, tailor made for him.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but what did you?
So one I just noticed, I felt like, I don't know, Tank, like as good of a counterpuncher that he is, his defense was lacking in this fight. Like he
You
was
think so?
getting I thought he was getting I thought he was getting tagged up a lot, you know what I mean? And like he was putting himself in like really dangerous positions. Um yeah, like he was clenching a lot, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Yeah,
So again, that indicates that something's going wrong for Tank in this fight, whatever. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, he's not comfortable. He never got comfortable in this fight to me. And I felt like his defense was lacking a little bit. And there was a lot of rounds where I'm like watching and I'm wincing, Tank, like what do you like this is not like I thought that he might go down. Like I mean,
yeah,
just because he's leaving himself so open and like he's not landing those signature punches. Like he did outland him in power punches, but only by like 6 or 9 or 6 power punches he
yeah.
outlanded outlanded Boy, but the Boy landed more jabs. Like I think overall, the Roach landed 9 more punches
Hmm.
than him. So it was pretty even. And I know people were like, oh, he outlanded him. I'm like, yeah, but barely. Um, Tank definitely landed a higher percentage, but like he just didn't look he just didn't he looked very normal. He looked
Yeah.
very regular, you know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
I was just like, dang, like is it lack of preparation? Like I kept thinking, I'm like, is it lack of preparation? Um is this guy's style like just a clash for Tank? Like
That's exactly what it is.
what's going on? But like it did not look good for Tank in that whole fight. You know what I mean? I was just like, yo, this is getting a little close. You know what I mean, it's getting a little, you know what I mean, and it's like, yeah, when you gonna turn it on? And like, yeah, you had flashes and you had people like hooting and hollering even when Tank would miss because it was like, yo,
Yeah.
if he would have like there was this one uppercut that like just went on the side of Roach's face, and I said,
Hmm.
yo, he would have sent that man to God. You know what I'm saying? If he
Yeah.
would have landed that jump. But like, but that was the name of the fight, though. That was the story in the fight. It was like, all right, yeah, like you getting close, but you're not there. You're not there, Tank.
Hmm.
So like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? So all right, so Tank never turns on the switch. Like you just feel that, whatever.
Hmm.
And then it gets weird. This fight got weird, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then the ninth round, right? The ninth round, Tank, he uncharacteristically, my man kneels down in the middle of the fight, or whatever. The referee was confused as hell. Like he was like about to count, and then Tank goes over to the and I'm like, whoa, like you're not allowed to do this. Like
Yeah.
this is cheating. Like at the very like
Yeah.
yo, you were breaking the like you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. And
Hmm.
it makes it look like yo, Tank is pussy a little bit. Like Tank
Yeah.
looks scared. Like he don't want to keep getting hit by this guy. Like what's going on? Whatever. He gets his face wiped, and then they don't count the knockdown. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then what was crazy was because I don't even remember. I don't think Tank did much in that round. But like the unofficial scorecard, the person because that's unofficial. They
Yeah.
had Tank winning that round. Like so, not only did
Yeah.
they not make it a 10-8, they made it a 10-9
Yeah. For
in
a
Tank's
tank.
favor. And I said,
Mhm.
what? Like I was like, he didn't. Like, all right, if you don't give him the knockdown, he didn't win the round though. I don't think he did
Yeah.
enough to win that
Yeah.
round. So all right, man, the kneel down.
Hmm.
Like, what was your reaction to like? Is that a knockdown? Should they have counted against him?
Hmm. So it was definitely a knockdown. Well, here's the thing. He broke three rules all at once.
Okay,
So, well, taking the knee ain't breaking a rule, but the ref got to call it.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's not necessarily a rule. But then he runs over to the corner. It's like sticks half his body out the ropes and get his face wiped in the middle of a fight. The ref did not give permission for you to do this.
yeah, no,
I mean, and then what else he did? Then they like that face wipe gave him time. So
yeah,
you basically took a timeout in boxing
yeah,
and took a knee, didn't
yeah,
get called for none of the shit. When the shit could have been a disqualification, it could have been a knockdown,
yeah,
or you could have just lost the round. In which I didn't check the actual scorecard to see if anyone gave the round to him or not. But yeah, that was wild. I didn't know what was going on, but I know that shit illegal as hell.
yeah,
There's fighters that fought with blood in their eye.
yeah,
There's
yeah,
fighters that fought with their forehead split open, eye cut
yeah.
open, all that. And this dude, oh, I got grease in my man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that,
Yeah,
bro.
we just seen Amanda, right? Like when
Oh
she
my,
like
Amanda's what was her
Serrano,
name?
Amanda Serrano.
Serrano. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we just seen her like had one of the worst cuts I've seen in a while, especially and then
Hmm.
women a woman like I'm like
Yeah,
this lady is dying here and this other lady is just rubbing her head into her cut whatever and she's surviving and she obviously she should have won that fight whatever
yeah,
because she was rocking that chick whatever but I'm like yeah like yo man up bro like you know what I mean and like
yeah.
bro you could be my thoughts is like yo they're gonna say like yo he wiped some type of substance on his like some
Yeah,
anything, bro. Anything could be considered cheating nowadays. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Whatever. So I was just like, oh, this shit look weird. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. And then so then the championship rounds happened, 10, 11, 12. And like
Hmm.
Tank was treading water. And there was another time where I felt like he took a timeout. Like he was arguing with the ref, like in the beginning of like the 11th or 12th round. And it
Hmm.
took like mad time, whatever. And I was like, yo, this nigga is buying time right now. And
Yeah.
this looks real goofy for a fighter of Tank Davis's magnitude. Like I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
bro, this is whack, bro. Like what is this? Whatever. So um So all
One
right,
thing,
yeah,
he
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah,
away with something too. Did you
yeah,
see the shoulder that he threw? He threw his shoulder into Lamont Roach's. He like jumped and like hit him with his shoulder.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's a you gotta get a point taken away from that too. And the ref saw that shit too. But it's like they just letting this dude get away with everything,
There
bro.
was a couple like possible low blows. You know what I mean? From
Yeah,
Tank, like there
I
was
did
some.
see the ref warn him like
Yeah,
once
he
or twice
did.
for the low blows.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that shoulder, he let that shoulder fly, and the shoulder hit Lamont like right in his chin and whatever.
yeah.
That's just like that shit uncomfortable.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
But
it's
but
like,
but Lamont, every time they would clinch though, Lamont was like taking advantage of those opportunities, and
yeah,
he was catching Tank a lot. You know what I mean?
yeah,
In those instances. Um, so all right, weird kneel down, and we both think that it probably should have counted as a knockdown, but then we get the scorecards. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
And man, I was like, yo, at that point, I was like, yo, if Roach wins, like he won. Like I mean,
yeah,
I wouldn't even dispute it. I wouldn't dispute it. I'm
yeah,
like, if he won, he won. If he loses, it goes back to like, did he beat the champion? Like, did he do
yeah,
enough to beat the champion? So it's like it could go either way, whatever. So then the
hmm
first score. They had it for Tank, and they had it like it was like a 2 round like split, whatever. And I was thinking like, I was like, oh, Tank about to steal one. He about to steal
yeah,
one. And then they say, oh, the other two judges had the same ruling. So I'm thinking like, oh, they all voted. They all either. So it was either way. I was like, oh, they all had for Roach or they all
mm,
had it for Tank, whatever. So
yeah.
and then when they said they both scored it a draw, majority draw, I said,
Mhm.
what? Like I was like, wow, wow.
So my thing is this: low key, I'm happy it was a draw
Okay.
because if it wasn't a draw, being that is being that this whole event is all around about Tank, they could have scored it in Tank's favor. That would have pissed me off.
Yep.
Because I had Lamont up 2 rounds.
Okay.
But I can understand the draw too.
Yes. Yes.
Because
Yes. Yes.
here's the thing. One thing I will say, the fight was competitive. Honestly, I think they both look good. I
Hmm.
think they both look good in the fight. Tank just didn't look as good as he normally does. That's the
Yes.
only thing.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I think it was a close fight. And I'm gonna be honest, even in the 12th round, I was still like kind of shook for Lamont. I'm like, yo, I think Tank might knock him out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, and then Tank started talking to him, trying to get him to like initiate more. And I was like, man, please don't take that fucking bait, man. Please
Yeah.
don't. And,
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lamont, he stayed solid, he stayed true, but
Yeah.
he kept his foot on the gas, but he stayed smart. And
Yeah.
so yeah, because if he would have engaged, Tank would have loaded up on him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had Lamont up 2 rounds, and I had but I can understand the draw too.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can understand it because the rounds were so close. I feel
So
like
so did yeah, so all because you saying you understand the draw. So did Lamont do enough to beat the champion? Like did he do enough to
yes,
be he did do enough to you?
yes, in my eyes,
Okay,
yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
And let me say one thing too, because I know
yeah,
you mentioned like Tank landed more like 9 more punches or whatever. Here's the thing: it's about what you do per round, and then you add up all the rounds at the end.
yeah,
You can't
yeah,
just look at because somebody might get off. Like me, I actually gave Tank the first 3 rounds, I think, or the
yeah,
first
yeah,
four.
yeah,
And it's like you could do so much work in maybe like 4 rounds out of the 12, and then the next 8 you can get washed. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
But if you did a lot of work, those amount of punches could add up at the end. But that's not how fighting is scored. It's scored per round.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't really
yeah.
care too much about the total
Total,
punch
okay.
count. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But yeah,
That's just a stat that makes people look good, I guess. Yeah, I mean, but
yeah.
yeah, so I would say that like I think Roach had a really good fight. I think he
Mhm.
had a really good fight. I do wonder if he did enough to win though. Like did he do
Mhm.
enough to beat the champion? So that's why I was like, yeah, the draw is justified. But like definitely Tank definitely did not do enough to win. But
Absolutely not.
he definitely did not do enough to and then it's like it comes down to that ninth ground that kneel down because if you're looking at the scorecards and listening to how they scored it, literally that would have cost him if there was a 10-8, that would have cost him the fight. Like
Yeah.
like Tank loses the fight off of that alone. And then
Mhm.
so then there was a narrative where I said that on I think it was on Twitter. And then somebody responded, they was like, yeah, but I think if they would have counted that, then the rest of the fight would have looked different. Like Tank would have, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if like Tank would have. So basically suggesting that he would have turned it up at that moment, like if he knew that he was down, 10-8 in a round, he was gonna just turn it up the last 3 rounds. And I'm like, the way the fight was going, nothing indicates that he was about to start. He was about to start like killing Bull, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm my
yeah.
fault. Go ahead.
Nah, I mean, do you think like if it was if they did count that as a knockdown, do you think Tank would have like turned up and like it would have been a whole different fight?
I think it's a 50-50. Like
Okay.
so here's the thing too. Like that shit like a lot of times that shit light a spark onto somebody when they get
Yeah.
dropped for the first time.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah.
oh shit, now you know, like, oh, I can't play with this nigga no more. He about to run off with this fight. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's like a 50-50. And that's why recently, I don't know if you've seen Lamont and his team, they was petitioning to get the fight overturned.
Yes.
And I could understand why the state of New York didn't overturn it
Yeah.
because you don't really know what would have happened. You know what I
Yeah. You
mean?
don't. You
But
don't.
I mean, there are fighters that get up off the canvas and then they get Tyson Fury
Yeah.
versus Wilder.
Yeah.
When Wilder dropped him, Tyson Fury got up and went to work. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, it does happen. So you do got you. No one really knows, but I think at the minimum, Tank should have some sort of integrity and throw Lamont a couple more dollars, maybe
Okay.
just on the side or even on the next fight when they rematch it.
Okay.
Pay him a little bit more money because it's like, bro, you got away with murder like 3 times in this fight, bro. I mean, now I know that's not gonna happen, but if you're a man of integrity, I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely, yeah, that nigga cheated multiple times, man. That shit crazy.
Yo, and what you said 50-50, I think, yeah, I think you're right, but I think it depends on when in the fight that happens. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you like if you catch a knockdown in the fourth round, yeah, you got mad time to recover. Like that
Hmm.
you can erase a knockdown, you know what I mean, so to speak.
Yeah.
In the ninth round, and because of like just Tank's demeanor, just the way, yeah, like the way he's been spoiled, so to speak, like it
Hmm.
might have turned into like we might have like he might have turned up, or he might have exposed himself, you know what I'm saying, and like
Yeah.
he might have went in crazier than normal, and then
Hmm.
it could have cost him, so to speak.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say overall I do think the draw was justified, but like if it went in Roach's favor, I would be like, well, that's what that I would just be like, well, that's what Tank gets, man,
Yeah.
because he was playing around. He was playing around.
Exactly.
I mean, because so now Tank, he doesn't have a loss, but he has a this is a blemish. This is a
Yeah.
loss, so to speak, for Tank Davis level.
Hmm.
I mean, he trying to build his legacy. He trying to be, this the next, high ticket fighter.
Hmm.
This is definitely a blemish, but did Tank get exposed in any way? I mean, did Tank get exposed?
Yeah. So here's the thing. This is technically, I'm gonna say this is his second black fighter he ever fought. Now, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I said this to you. I said it to plenty of people, but Tank fighting against someone who's black or someone who actually knows the sweet science of boxing, you're not getting away with just winning round or just taking rounds off and then thinking you're gonna get a knockout later on the round. It's not gonna work.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta you gotta hit these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, when you hit them, you're gonna have to knock them out cold. You can't just hurt them because they'll
yeah,
survive the round. I
yeah,
mean, we'll use Devin Haney for example. Devin Haney got cleaned up by Ryan Garcia like 3 or 4 times in that fight, and that motherfucker kept fighting.
yeah,
He stayed on the gas.
yeah,
You look at Frank Martin. I know how you feel about Frank Martin versus Tank. I gave Frank Martin a lot of those rounds, um, but it's like think about it. He got Frank out of there in round 9,
yeah. Eight or
but
nine. Yeah, yeah,
8 or 9. But look at how easy Frank Martin was at evading Tank.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Tank
yeah,
kept his
yeah,
foot on the gas, but that motherfucker was moving. Why?
yeah,
Because he understands the angles. He understands. I mean, he understands all the little sweet sciences about boxing. So it's like it's not going to be just so easy to knock these dudes out. You
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean? So and I forgot what was your question initially.
Did he get exposed?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
see that you're absolutely gonna have trouble with boxers because you couldn't handle Roach.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, you couldn't handle Roach. And here's the thing: I think Shakur basically does the same thing when it
Okay.
comes to the same way Lamont Roach like stays within punching range, but he may not engage as much.
Yeah,
Shakur does that naturally. That's why he's so good. He knows
yeah,
just they get just right up on you, but not close enough for you to touch him. And Shakur, I would argue, is sharper and quicker
yeah,
and more seasoned, more experience, all that.
yeah.
Um, Haney, I feel like the verdict is still out on him. I don't know what's up with him, but but yeah, like I feel like he got exposed a little bit.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
keep in mind too. So Tank's team, all his trainers, they always talk about, oh, when Tank get in there with somebody like him, he's going to show that he got a deeper bag. He got a whole nother level he can get into. Well, we just saw him in the ring with somebody that he wasn't even supposed to be in there with,
yeah.
and he ain't get into no deep bag.
He
So
ain't got no.
yeah,
Yeah, like, do he got a
all,
bag? It may look like
yeah,
he don't got no bag.
yeah,
You know what I mean, yeah, you got a bag against amateur looking motherfuckers, but no, but like what you said about Frank Martin, shit, if that shit goes the distance. Yeah, I mean, just the way to fight. What Frank Martin might have stole that fight. I mean, Frank
yeah.
Martin could have easily won. I mean, on points. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
but yeah, it took a late knockdown and like a lot of Frank Martin was he was getting that Tank. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
getting he was definitely getting that Tank. But yeah. So dang. So you telling me the only black fighters that Tank has fought is Frank Martin and Roach?
And Roach. Now here's the thing.
What?
I'm trying to think. His whole career mainly all Mexicans.
Dang.
Starting out, and then even after he got on the popping, still nothing but Mexican.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And again, not racially, but just culturally, they fight the
Yeah,
same way.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Come on,
Canelo,
man.
like yeah, I mean, like yeah, he goes at like the Benavides. Did you see the Benavides fight?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Bro, they threw 1,000 punches, bro. Them
yeah.
two, them two dudes combined, whatever.
Exactly.
Like they was going at it, bro. Yeah, like if you get two poppies, you know what I'm saying, two Mexican, like they gonna be throwing them things. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. It's yeah, black boxers are typically like, yeah, they're either super offensive or like yeah, they're more a little bit more well-rounded and can do that
Hmm.
counterpunch style, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
damn, that's crazy. So does Tank what's next for Tank? Where does he go
So
from
here's the
here?
thing.
Is it a
Most
rematch
like
or is it is he gonna do some goofy?
this is why I don't like Tank and I could never really root for him.
Okay.
So he got too much power, not physically. I'm talking about socially.
Yes,
Like
yes, yes,
Tank
yes.
don't got he don't have fans. He has most people who claim they're a fan of
Followers.
Tank, they're really a groupie.
Yeah.
You're a groupie. Um, because this man, here's the thing: how many times I had a favorite fighter and they lost, and I just I let them take the accountability. Like
Yep.
I'm holding accountable. If you my favorite fighter, I'm still holding you accountable. If
Yeah,
you do
yeah,
wrong, you do wrong. If you get slept, you get slept. If you lose, you lose. You do some weak shit. You did some weak shit. It is what it is.
yeah.
Tank fans, they won't even acknowledge the weak shit that he do.
Facts.
So
Facts.
technically, his fans might not even want him to run it back because they might fear that he could lose again or he
Yeah,
could draw again. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So they might Tank might go find some other little dude to pull up, and then they're gonna act like, oh yeah, it's business, it's business. It's like no, it's not business, bro. He's picking and choosing.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So yeah, I don't know what's next, but my thing is this: I feel like if you don't fight, here's the thing: if he don't fight Lamont Roach, he gonna look crazy.
He gonna look
Like
crazy.
it's
Yes.
getting harder and harder to hide this cowardice that he's displaying on the
Yeah.
big. I mean, so I
Yeah,
don't
the
know.
the only way that yeah, I feel like he has to run it back with Roach. He has to. If he
Yeah.
doesn't, the only way that you avoid like criticism is if you fight Haney, you fight Lomachenko, or you fight Shakur. Like
Hmm.
those are the only three fights that will be like, all right, I mean, all right, I
Yeah.
can't be mad at it. But like, yeah, you cannot fight some unknown dude. You cannot fight nobody that doesn't have a belt in your weight. You know what I mean, like
Yeah.
you have to fight one of those three guys. You got four options. You got four options:
Yeah.
run it back or those three guys. If not, yeah, you will look crazy, and it is gonna be hard to hide. Like, yeah, would you say cowardice? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it is that.
I
You
ain't
know
gonna lie. Let me change my word because he might beat me up.
what
I might bump into that nigga at the airport or
I mean?
something.
You
He might.
might, you might, you might, you might, you might, you might, you might. Yeah, yeah.
Nah. But yo, and let me tell you this too. The shit that pissed me off too, right? I can't tell you the crazy comparisons I've heard some of his groupies have when they compare Tank to people. I've heard people say, "Oh, Tank is better than Pacquiao," and da 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 da. And I'm
What?
like, "Yo, are you fucking kidding me, bro?"
No, no way. Better than Pacquiao.
Pacquiao literally ran the table from 108 pounds the whole way up to 154,
Yes,
knocking people cold out. The top
knocking
guys,
people out.
the top guys.
Yeah,
I mean, it was no question about how great Pacquiao was. This
yeah,
dude Tank literally fought nothing but people tailor made for him.
yeah,
Like, bro,
yeah,
you got to stop. And
yeah,
then you fought a smaller dude and then had a draw. Come on, boy. You
yeah.
you cannot be serious. But these Tank fans is crazy.
Yeah, like Tank is good, but like yeah, it's even though he's 30 and 0, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
his legacy is not cemented by no means. You know what I mean?
at
Like
all.
he at all. Like he has so much work to do. You know what I mean? Now if he retires right away, then we could have a different conversation. But like, yeah, no, he has so much to do. Um and like I said, like he's in a prime time. Like this is where like he could show his dominance and he could really like run the table if that's what his mission is and get all these guys out of here. But like again, even if you decide to move up, it's gonna you look goofy, bro. Because it's like, bro,
Yeah,
you got all these formidable challengers here, like for you. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You only fought one of those guys, which is like Ryan Garcia. You only
yeah.
really fought one of those guys that are your contemporaries. You
Hmm.
avoided everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna move up and fight, I don't know, anybody in these other weight classes, or you're not gonna fight Terrence Crawford someday or nothing like
Yeah.
that. Like you have a lot on your plate right now, bro. Eat your food, bro. Eat your food, man. If not, yeah, man, it's a waste, bro. It's a waste. But
And then keep in mind too. So another excuse they like to use too for why he don't fight people. They always be like, oh, like they'll talk about Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney or somebody. They'll be like, oh, what has he accomplished? What has he done? Who he fought? Da da da. It's like, bro, who Lamont Roach fought? Who Lamont Roach fought? Like, what excuse you got? I mean,
yeah,
but one thing I will say is I am happy Roach did get the fight just because it turned out the way it did. I am happy for him, and
yeah,
I'm glad he was able to make some money because shoot, like Lamont is low key becoming a star now because of this
yes,
fight. People
yes.
gonna know who he is, so it's like I am happy the way it turned out. But I was pissed when the fight got first made, though. I will say that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And I guess one last thing, man. Hair care products, man. Can you use that as an excuse, man? Hair
Oh hell no!
grease.
And he really broke it down. Not only did he use an excuse, he went deep into it. Like I'm like, bro, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, yeah,
Are you
yeah,
kidding me? Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
That shit look weak as fuck, bro.
bro,
That shit
who
look
does
weak
that?
as fuck. Like, oh, I got it done on when. Like, bro, why you worrying about your hair? Man, bro, I don't care. Like, what the fuck are we talking about right now?
Yeah. You know how many people got sweat in their eye? Because sweat is no different than grease. When you get sweat in your eye,
Yeah,
that should be stinging.
yeah. It's
It's like,
dirty
bro,
water. It's dirty
yeah,
water in your eye. Like,
you got to fight through that, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Son? That shit is
yeah.
crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But all right, man. That was good, man. That was good. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. So yeah, I got another video to share. But
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about the king, man.
The
The
king.
$50,000 man, or no, not 50,000, 50K, man, 50K, points. I mean, LeBron, he's just building onto his legacy. Some people might feel like he's just building a legacy to pass Jordan. I still think that's crazy. You know what I mean? We don't really, me and you don't never really talk about LeBron versus Jordan type stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and that's, we're not going there right now, at least.
Hmm.
But, yeah, I wanted to share a video about LeBron, and I feel like this makes a lot of sense. And then we're gonna talk about his incident with Stephen A. Smith, whatever. But
Okay.
let's check this out here. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Here we go. All right, so here it says here, LeBron is the first real life created player. So where's this guy going with this? Whatever. Let's hear him out.
Saw something on Facebook by this dude, Errol Esam, and he said something that I have to totally agree with. But I think LeBron is the first real life created player. He was created in the lab. And why I say this? It's because LeBron don't got no cousins. You've never heard nobody come out and say, LeBron, my cousin. His whole family is a mystery besides his mama. You mean to tell me the best player in the league, almost a damn billionaire, ain't nobody said that LeBron his cousin? Come on, man. I ain't never see him wearing no family reunion shirt. We don't know his dad's side of the family.
Yeah.
We don't even know LeBron grandma. Everybody give props to their grandma. Have you ever heard LeBron mention his grandma? No. You know why? Because they don't exist. Because he was created in a lab, the first created player. You know what I'm saying? He put all his frames on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's one cousin that's supposed to be put on, man. You know what I mean?
That's
Also, he the
hilarious.
first person playing the league with his son.
Yeah.
He never had a major injury in his whole career. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Also, he played with fathers and their kids. The only way you could do this is if he was created in the lab, man. This man got 99s across the board. He's the first player to almost whoop Stephen A. Smith ass. This man is the first created player ever, man. You notice you never see any baby pictures of LeBron. The first baby picture
Yeah.
you see of LeBron, he already 6'10", averaging 15 points in AAU. I'm telling you, if I'm wrong, let me know. But LeBron is the first real life created player, 99s across the board, man.
All right.
Yo, that was incredible. I never saw that video, bro. That shit was hilarious. He got some
I just
points.
saw it today. Like I was like, oh,
Okay.
yo, I gotta add this. I'm glad that he mentioned Stephen A. Smith. I was like, all right, that's a good segue into us talking about this, whatever. But like,
Yo, that's a good point.
bro, we don't know nothing about LeBron, bro. Like for real. We he got a wife and kids. He got a
Uh-huh.
mom. That's it. Like, yeah, like not one person. I'm LeBron's cousin. He ain't put
Yeah.
nobody on. We don't know nothing about this man's life, bro. Like, is he real? Like
I'm be honest. He might, he what they call an industry plant.
yeah,
He an industry plant, Yo, here's the thing. Dude, he said we ain't seen no baby pictures of this nigga. The only picture I've seen of LeBron, he was at the ABCD camp in 8th grade.
yeah, yeah.
That's the only thing I know about it. And like he said, he was dunking on people at that point. Like, bro, where your childhood pictures at, bro?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah. Like it is kind of weird though. Like, yeah, nobody knows. Yeah, and again, too, it's wild that like, and when you say industry plan, but like, you telling me this man is a black man, bro? Like, he ain't never had no scandals ever, not like
Yeah.
for real, other than recently, like Drake throwing him under the bus. Yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
whatever, like talking about messing with women, but bro, like LeBron is just, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, it's crazy. I just think about that, and like even early on in his career when he wasn't like obviously he was anointed and like we had high hopes for him, but like yeah, like even back when he was younger, we didn't see like these other people. Like we just know that he has all these friends and he put on Maverick Carter and Rich Paul and stuff like that. But
Hmm.
like we don't know nothing about like do he even have siblings? I don't is LeBron
I don't think so.
if he's the only child, yeah, he this is fake. He's a fake like he's created, bro. If he's the only child, you mean you're only like cause
Yeah.
yeah, like because even you might have half siblings or something like that. Yeah, I
Hmm.
mean, like, where's your dad at? Yeah, I mean, you ain't got no other siblings from your dad or your mom,
Hmm.
whatever. Like, yeah, it is kind of weird. It is kind of weird, but
I want to know who mentors him. That's what I want to know. Because you're right. This dude, he's made nothing but great decisions off the court since 18.
yeah, how is that
That's
possible?
crazy. Like, I want to know who took him under his wing because he ain't no way he did that by himself.
Nah, no way.
But
Especially like I said, yeah, if you grew up in a single parent household, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
this nigga, it would be like he's like the template for like, oh, this is how you're supposed to raise a person in a single
yeah.
parent household. Like,
And
you know.
yo,
So
and oh, go ahead.
nah, no, go ahead, go ahead.
But see, that's the thing too. I will say this: I'm a big fan of LeBron off the court.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't want to believe none of them scandals Drake talking about. I don't want to hear nothing about LeBron cheating. I don't want to hear it. Keep it to yourself.
Yes, keep it to yourself. Keep it to
Yeah,
yourself.
like you ain't gonna ruin this man's perfect legacy. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
do that.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, that is funny. That's funny. So, the comedian obviously that was supposed to be funny, but I mean he making some points, but he mentioned the only player to ever almost beat Stephen A. Smith's ass, whatever. So yeah, man, the other night, what I mean, there was an incident. And the thing is, I think this was after it had to be after the game, but obviously people have footage of stuff. And Stephen A. Smith even he didn't think that like it was like a known thing, like everybody saw it, so to speak. But
Hmm.
at the Lakers game, um, yeah, man, LeBron approached Stephen A. Smith and basically told him like, yo, keep my son's name out your mouth, bro. Like I don't care what you get paid to do, right? You a sports analyst and you talking about sports, yo. Say something about my son again, bro. I'm gonna fuck you. Like I don't know exactly what he said, but like he was
Yeah.
pressing him, and then Stephen A. Smith, he reacted to it, and he basically said like what I mean, I ain't faulting him for getting mad, whatever, but like he basically was like, yeah, in that moment when he pressed me, he was like, I just looked at him. I didn't look at him as a player anymore. I looked at him as a father. And like, yeah,
Mhm.
he's just, defending his son, whatever. But then Stephen A makes a point is like, bro, we're only talking about your son at all because of you, dog.
Mhm.
Like you are the reason why we keep talking about your son, whatever, because you created this situation for your son. Yeah, I mean, it's all it's spoiled, right? We talked about
Mm.
athletes being spoiled, whatever. Like it's been tailor made. Like we got a player in Bronny who did not even play a full college season. You know what I'm saying? Was not an impactful player at all in
Mm.
college, whatever. Like at all. He wasn't even really one of the top high school players. You know what I mean? So to even
Mhm.
get recruited to a high D1 school like a USC, and then you were able to get him drafted to your team basically because people respect you. You know what I mean? Other teams could have picked him up just to spite you, but like no, like you know what I mean. And he's playing now. He's playing with his dad, whatever. And then now you expect these analysts not to say nothing about him. Like I don't know. I guess what is your reaction to it? Like is LeBron justified or is he sensitive? I guess in to react in that way.
Before I even go that, I
Okay.
wanted to go back to Bronny James in high school. You know, LeBron put him on the what was it? Was it the Jordan Brand Classic team?
Wow.
I think yeah, he did something because Bronny wasn't even supposed to be on there, or I think it was the McDonald's All American.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might have been McDonald's All American. He wasn't even supposed to be on that.
That's
He was
crazy.
not a top was a 25 player in the country. He
No,
was, but
no.
LeBron pulled his strings, got his ass on there. So it's like LeBron has really been just dragging this nigga along the whole fucking time. Like this shit is fucking crazy. And then
Yeah,
you did at the highest level in the NBA too.
yeah,
It's like, bro, you know people you rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. You rubbed the whole basketball community the wrong way.
yeah,
I mean, and yeah, like I don't think he's justified in doing it the way he did it.
yeah.
That's like a conversation you have in private. And then on top of that, I think it's displaced anger.
Okay.
LeBron knows that this is really on him, but he's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm defending my son. It's like, no, you're trying to defend yourself because
Yeah,
this ain't about your son. We all know the whole world agrees that your son don't belong here. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we all know he's only here because of you. So it's
yeah,
like, bro, you dead wrong. You can't try to make this right. You
yeah.
can't try to press somebody. You know what I mean,
Yeah. Well,
so,
I feel like too, like if you want to have a spark, like do it the right way. If you wanna have a conversation, whatever, then have a exclusive face to face with Stephen A. Smith, and I mean
mhm.
publicize it to where like, all right, Stephen A. Smith, you addressing your grievances and you even addressing them. Like I would rather that than to be like, yeah. I don't know, trying to use intimidation. Cause yeah, cause LeBron is cleaning Stephen A. Smith up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's not even a question, bro.
Yeah,
It's not even a comparison. We got a 6'9", 280 pound guy versus a guy that might be 6 foot tall, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
maybe 200 pounds. Like he's cleaning him up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You don't get no points for punching on Stephen A. Smith though either. You know what I mean? Like to some people it might be I mean because of social media and stuff like that, things go viral,
mhm.
toxicity, whatever. Yeah, you're gonna get people that celebrate it, but that shit is like real niggas gonna be like, that's corny, bro. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, you punching on Stephen A. Smith, but also too, nigga, you know you're not about to punch on Stephen A. Smith. Like you
right.
know
What you
you're not
talk?
about to do that. You know you're not about to really do that in real life because, and then because people would change narratives because if he did punch on Stephen A. Smith, right?
Mhm.
Then it's like, well, you know what I mean? Like Stephen A. Smith would have the right to like sue, whatever, but then people
Mhm.
would be like, oh, Stephen A. Smith a bitch because he sued this nigga, whatever. You know what I mean? And he'd be like, bro,
Yeah,
like what other recourse would he have? You know what I'm saying? No, because you know what it is? Niggas would want niggas if he punched on Stephen A. Smith, they wouldn't want Stephen A. Smith to sue him. They would want Stephen A. Smith to clap him, bro. And then you know what I mean? Like on some like
crazy.
nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like
Yeah.
so I just feel like you put yourself in a like LeBron, you put yourself in a lose-lose situation. If you want to change the narrative about your son, like then be vocal about it and or be truthful about your son's ability. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Stop like you went into this like last year talking about something like, oh yeah, LeBron is better than guys in the NBA. Like he could be like you created all this narrative for him, but like you didn't let your son prove it. And
Hmm.
to be honest, even having him go into the draft because you are obviously trying to accelerate this process of like, yo, the potential of me playing with my son, right? Like you were trying to accelerate that process, but like to be honest, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you want your son to earn it? You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think that was my whole point too with the nepotism thing. Like, sure, that's cool that you can create the opportunity for your son, but like, why not let him earn it? You know what I mean? All
Yeah.
these other NBA players, because all these other NBA players could have, although they don't have the stature of LeBron, they could have moved in a similar way with
Hmm.
their sons. Yeah, I mean, whether we're talking about
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway Jr., Kate Martin Jr., uh, Jalen Brunson, like any of the, like again, their dads they're not LeBron, whatever, but they could have been moving the same way, and they
Hmm.
could have been public and where like they do, but no, they didn't. They said, no, I'm gonna sit back and he got to earn his keep. He got to earn his keep. But like
Hmm.
LeBron is, like you say, been dragging him up the whole way. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
it just looked goofy, man.
But part of me, it make me feel like LeBron knows you have to know that your son's not that good, or you wouldn't have been dragging him this far.
Yeah.
Austin Rivers ain't get dragged.
No.
That motherfucker, he was top. He was number one in high school.
Yep.
Arguably had the best hoop mixtape joint ever. He was that boy.
Yeah.
OJ Mayo, all these
Yeah.
other dudes, like these dudes earned they keep. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Bronny ain't even come close. And then what was I gonna say too about you said something? I'm trying to think. I'm gonna start interjecting when you talk.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
You said something. What did you say? Damn,
About
but
him punching on Stephen A. Smith, or just like,
oh, that's
okay,
exactly what.
okay,
So here's the thing. Only time I like violence is when it's two equally violent people.
I like
But
that.
if y'all both are articulate or intelligent, there's no reason why y'all can't talk the problem out. And that's
Yep.
where LeBron. So that's where LeBron's a coward because it's like, bro, there's like matter of fact, you alluded to bring him onto the platform or go on to ESPN and debate with Stephen A. Smith or whatever. Do
Yeah.
that because
Yeah.
you highly capable in that area. Why are you trying to fight?
Yeah.
Once again, it's like you fucked up. You know you fucked up. So now you trying to go this whole odd route just to make things right. Ain't no making things right, bro. The boy he don't belong in the NBA.
He don't belong there, man.
He don't belong there.
Simple as that. Yeah. And he's had some success in the G League, and that's cool. But like, that's cool. That doesn't necessarily justify. There's a lot of guys that like light it up in the G League that don't never make it onto NBA rosters eventually. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like it's just like they're there for their what they're there for. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's interesting. And like I said, LeBron does look a type of way. Sure, as a father myself, yeah, I understand what it's like to stand up for your son, but like but knowing you, LeBron, knowing your status, knowing your intellect, knowing your power, you should have used it in a different way. And like you could have flipped the whole narrative for like you have enough power to flip this whole narrative, but like all you're doing is you're deepening this narrative to where like LeBron really or Bronny really not supposed to be here. Like he really like you're just
Hmm.
making it worse, and you are making it worse for your son. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once you retire, bro, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen once LeBron retires? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because we got maybe a season or two left, maybe three at the most. Like, because
Hmm.
LeBron gonna keep trying to play, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be if he plays three more I would not be surprised. But I think, I mean, we're at like a season or two left for. But
Hmm.
like, what you gonna do when you ain't there, bro? Like you
Yeah.
can't. I mean, yeah, you can have an influence off the court, whatever, but like you can't save him, man. So you might as well stop now. Like
Exactly.
so. All right, man. Let's move on. Let's move on. One of the last topics I'm gonna talk about Elon Musk and Trump, whatever. I'm gonna say that for the end. But yeah, we're gonna switch it up, man, and we're gonna talk um a little bit about relationships, so to speak, man. And like this is a public relationship, and we're
Hmm.
gonna talk about Nelly, man. But like, so we saw Nelly, right? He had an amazing 2024, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he he basically, you know what I mean? He got back with his ex, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Ashanti. They got married, they got a baby now, you know what I'm saying? It really like the last 2 years, he been cooking, man. You know what I mean? And we haven't heard from Nelly for real. Yeah, we don't know nothing about him. But his ex, her name's Shantel Jackson, she actually she said something about their breakup, and then we're gonna react to this and see what you think. But let me hold up. Let me set this one up too. This will be the last one that we react to, and then yeah, here we go. Make sure I get this right. All right, here we go. So yeah, you were asking me if this was real what she said, but like this is apparently like her talking about it. So Chantel Jackson speaks on breakup with Nelly. Let's see what we got here.
Think or have this make believe story. I left. I left because I wanted initially, I guess, space to see maybe will the space bring us back together, or do I need this space because I just need to rip off that band-aid. So, and initially I wanted the space or the break to rip that band-aid off. So,
Okay. I guess that's it. Is that it?
That's it.
no, like
Oh, okay.
no ill will, nothing bad. Just sometimes people don't work out. People grow apart. Like sometimes one person might want to be still in the situation and the other person is like, this isn't working. It happens, you know?
Come on, girl.
Right. It just didn't work out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just
And that is all good.
okay. I guess that's I don't know. I thought she was saying more or whatever. But basically when I first saw this, though, the reaction was like, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, whatever. You know what I mean? And basically this idea like girl, like that's not I think this is and I'm gonna assume whatever, because I didn't dig too deep into this. I guess people were assuming that like that's not how you deal with issues, right? Like if there are issues in a relationship, it's better to kind of like try to work through things, but like kind of I guess leaving the situation and just assuming that like I guess people were painting this picture that like oh she took space whatever because yeah she kind of said this whatever like oh that space would help them grow closer together, you know what I mean, like because like what the heart grows fonder, that whatever that saying is, whatever, you know what I mean? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And
Yeah.
so like that separation was gonna like bring them back together. But then we seen that all right, as they were separated. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the timeline. I don't know how long they were separated to and then transitioning into him like shooting his shot back at Ashanti and getting back in her life, whatever. But basically, he didn't whatever time or space they had, he didn't use that to like, fix anything that they had going on. He was moving on, so to speak.
Yeah.
I guess that's the narrative. I would assume that the narrative is like, see, that's what you get. You know what I mean? And it doesn't even seem like she's bitter because I think they were making it seem like also like she's salty or whatever. But like she seems to be from that clip, it seems like she accepts it and she's like, well, it just didn't work out, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I guess what do you say to that? Yeah, I mean, like, I mean,
I
if it's not working,
don't.
should you take space or should you try to like figure it out?
It depends on what age you is.
Oh, okay.
They way too old to be taking some space.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay.
you,
Yeah,
you,
yeah. You
you,
better
you.
sit your ass down like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. You way too old. And then on top of that, I think they was separated for longer than 2 years. I think you said 2 years.
Okay.
So I feel like it was been like five or something. Because if I remember correctly, she started dating Floyd Mayweather after Nelly, I believe.
Well, no, I
Um,
didn't. I didn't say how. I just said the last 2 years has been good for
oh,
for Nelly, but I don't know. I don't
okay.
know how long. I don't exactly know how long he was
Yeah,
separated.
I don't know the timeline, but yeah, like you can't be taking breaks. That's like that's honestly that taking break shit. That's like between age 16, maybe 23, maybe 23, maybe 25.
Yeah.
Past that, that taking a break shit is dead. Like what? Taking a break for what?
For
Like,
what? For what?
I
Yeah.
mean, and then here's the thing too. You gotta understand, she fine as hell. So most likely, she probably felt whatever problem they had in her mind is she's more incentivized to just break up or just grow apart because it's like, yo, she was bad as shit.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
she was one of the bad ones. So it's like she definitely got other options, and she probably thinks she got better options. And think about it, she in that world where everybody got money, everybody got notoriety. So it's probably easier for her to just abandon shit than to work on the problems. In which that's the path that most women take, and then it didn't work out for her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But and then also too, my thing is this, like I don't even like the fact that she made that video because it's just like, what you trying to do? Like,
Yeah.
why you even saying that? You know, because now by her talking about it, someone's gonna run back to Ashanti. Oh, Ashanti, you hear what she said? Even though she ain't quite say nothing bad, but it's just like, bitch, like what you doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what you trying? What you doing? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Like even though you didn't say nothing suggestive, it's like the point, the fact that you brought this up at all, whatever,
Yeah,
it's like, yeah, you what, you still think about this guy? You about to start plotting on this
yeah,
man? You about to throw a wrench in his relationship? So yeah, like
yeah.
I do miss the days of like us just not knowing about like the comings and goings of these celebrities. Like I kind of,
Hmm.
it makes for content, whatever. But like I do miss the time where it's like, yeah, like we because we can see through it. Like it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
like we see what you trying to do, or we at least we gonna assume. You know what I mean, but
yeah,
yeah. So that's all that I was thinking. But like, nah, I agree with you to an extent. Like, especially taking a break, especially if you're gonna end up just because a lot of times people just end up back together. So it's like, what would you take a break? Would you take a
yeah.
break for? Like, so if you are gonna end up being back together, yeah, I mean, like maybe you could have worked it
Hmm.
out. Yeah, I mean, space sometimes makes things work. You know what I mean? I yeah, I could say it does sometimes, but there's a lot of times where yeah, people is just gonna move on. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
they they don't want to go back to the problems and things like that. They don't want to work through it. They're not gonna. It's not like they're gonna go to therapy together or anything like that. In most instances, so it's like just I don't know. It's just yeah, it's just a
And then
mess.
that's another thing too. Like, so when we talk about being incentivized, so like usually in relationships, a woman is always going to be incentivized to leave because there's a bunch of niggas that still ain't hit yet that they'll do anything just to hit.
Yes.
But then also on a dude's end, like depending on what his personality type is or what type of traits he got, it's like after time go by, it don't make sense to go back because the nigga gonna be up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, in which I don't know how him and Ashanti got back. I don't know, but whatever. But usually when a dude you get to a certain level, you ain't going backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
hurt you to go backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. I can't conceptualize how it would make sense
Yeah.
on their end, especially because they had to been in their 30s because they older than us, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
to been in their late 20s or 30s. So it's like, what you taking a break for? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. 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 So, all right. That's good. That's good. That's good. We're gonna put a button on that. And then last thing, we're gonna switch it up here, and more so, we don't have a video to react to, but we're just gonna talk about something, and then I guess just the perception of it. But so this all started because Ben Shapiro. I don't know. Do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
I heard the name. I'll see if I see his face, I'll know who he is.
So he's a Jewish right wing like conservative like talking
Mhm.
head. Yeah, I mean whatever. He's not a politician, whatever. But he actually when Candace Owens like before, she was working for this company called the Daily Wire like for the last couple of years. She was working for Ben Shapiro. That was like his platform, and
Mhm.
all that when she's talking about all the Trump stuff, whatever. Like it's through his platform, so to speak. But he they ended up firing her because she was saying some, I guess what they deemed as anti-Semitic, whatever. Because this guy,
Mhm.
like he's a Jewish guy, whatever. So he has a lot of strong sometimes some of the stuff he says, like just because he's very intelligent. Yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
certain things are logical. You know what I mean? But what he basically suggested was like they talking about all these pardons that people got and things like that, and just the way that the society is kind of shifting because right now it's a red wave and like it seems like one party is getting everything that they so to speak wanted or
Mhm.
voted for so to speak, and he basically said like yo, we killing like DEI and we killing all these different initiatives, whatever, and we pardoning all these different people, like, because they basically went against the January 6th stuff and he pardoned all those people that were involved. This
Mhm.
guy basically said, all right, yeah, maybe we should pardon. He said, now is the time for Donald Trump to pardon Derek Chauvin, which is the man, the officer that got charged with murder of George Floyd.
Yeah.
And he's basically just now he's saying like that will like basically solve all like that it would be a full circle moment and like yeah we can finally get out of this mess whatever. And then so Elon, because I spoke to this on my last episode, but like the problem with Elon is not even the fact that he's a billionaire, it's his perception of reality and it's his perception of society. And it's like, yo, bro, you're not from here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And South Africa got his own racial issues and things like that, whatever. But like, you're not an American, bro, and like you don't have this certain understanding of what our society is like because it's never had to hit you in any way.
Mm-hmm.
And so he be co-signing stuff that sound like it's really racist, bro. Like it be racist stuff that he be co-signing, but he gets away with it because it's like he's not an American. Like I mean,
Yeah.
whatever. And the people be like, well, but he's rich though, and like he has good ideas. So like, who cares? Yeah, I mean, like I think that's like it's weird, like with Elon
Yeah.
Musk. So he co-signs this in a tweet and was like, "Yeah, it's something that we should like, it's something that we should consider, or like, yeah, you know." And then so obviously it made a lot of people upset, and it's like, "Yo, are
Mm-hmm.
you fucking serious? Like I mean, see, this is why we don't want him that close to the
Yeah.
president, whatever, because we don't need somebody like that influencing his decisions, because it seems like so much of what Trump has done so far,
Mm-hmm.
it's been the influence of Elon Musk. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
that's so it made people mad, whatever. But then Trump, he did respond and he said like he basically he has no intentions on doing that, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
um, if that were to happen, if Trump decided like, yo, yeah, you know what, yeah, that's over, that's old. I'm a pardon this guy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think? Why would somebody do that? What would be the impact of doing something like that?
First off, that we already got enough problems. That's it. Like we already got enough civil unrest. It's going to be 10 times that if he does that. Just because.
Yeah,
As far as Elon Musk, I don't even know if he was really serious about that. So one thing he got, Elon Musk is a troll.
yeah,
He is a troll. He's a billionaire. He is intelligent as hell, but he is a troll. He's been trolling for years. Ever
yeah,
since he's been on Twitter, he's always posting stuff, crazy
yeah,
stuff. I think he does stuff just to build, uh, just what they call it, interactions,
yeah,
engagement.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
crazy that he's a billionaire trying to build engagement off of doing what he's doing. But I'm glad Trump did say that they're not going to do that because
yeah,
that's wild. And
yeah,
then also, what type of precedence is you setting? I
yeah,
mean, if you do that, because like this is an officer that was just dead wrong. Like this is probably one of the easiest cases
yeah,
the what they call it, to convict somebody for. You know what I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
when he got
yeah,
caught doing. So it's like what is you doing
yeah.
again?
Yeah, like yeah, you
Um,
could have definitely like he was already detained. Get your knee off him. You know what I mean? All
mhm,
that crazy stuff and everything that happened. And yeah, to me it was like a clear cut decision.
mhm.
Even though we have a history of that stuff not being so clear cut. But
Yeah.
like, so yeah, it was and the thing is what was crazy is that like although it was a victory for some people, it ultimately it wasn't a victory because like, you know what I mean, still stuff didn't change, whatever, but like that's still not a reason to go back on that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's still not even though because people might feel like, oh, ain't nothing really changed, whatever. Yeah, but that don't put ideas in their head because that's not a
Yeah.
reason to go back on this either, whatever.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, like you say, like it's gonna a problem that like because yeah, there's not in Minneapolis, there's not all this civil unrest and craziness, whatever.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, you want people to riot. You think there's a race war already going on? Everybody
Hmm.
identity politics. What you gonna think if yeah you do set that precedent and it's like yo you already talking about giving cops immunity and stuff like
Hmm.
that in certain instances. So it's just like it looks kind of crazy, but
You
yeah,
know what's crazy? I didn't even know he wasn't American. Well, I knew he wasn't American, but it kind of just didn't hit me. It's like, you know what? When he did come to America, he already had 100 million. He was
yes,
already up 100 million when he came to America. Now I think about it. That's
yeah,
crazy.
bro. His dad was on emerald mines, bro, in South
Yeah.
Africa, man. Like get blood emeralds, man. Like,
Yeah. Hmm.
you know what I mean? So like it's just goofy. And then the thing is though too, then now in the inverse, I'm glad Trump said it, but like then that all that does is like I feel like it's a play. Like maybe they both playing whatever, because then it's like all right, now Trump gets now he just by saying that, even though people don't agree with him, whatever, that like
Hmm.
that built equity in the black community for for Donald Trump. And I'm
Hmm.
like, shit, like we let and they doing it in our face, bro. Like doing it,
Hmm.
they playing right in our face, man. So but yeah, I'm glad like I said, Trump, he said he has no intentions doing that. Keep that same energy, but like I don't trust Elon Musk, man. I don't trust him. I mean, and like I said, it has nothing to do. It's not so much of him being rich. I'm not like one of these people that like, all billionaires are evil. Even though I do think billionaires probably had to do some evil things to
Yeah.
get to a billion. But like, I don't care that you're a billionaire. I just not all the. I'd rather you be a billionaire and have like a silent influence on the
Hmm.
way the country is, as opposed to being a billionaire and then having like this like pseudo this like neo racist, like this new form of racism type of like takes on society and decision making. Like I just feel like
Hmm.
I'd rather you just be the billionaire, and like you could be racist, bro, in the privacy of your of your own you know what I mean, like, but
Hmm.
once you bring it to and you in the president's ear, I'm not feeling that, bro. I just think that's just it's a wild thing. But so all right, man. We're wrapping this up, man. Wrapping this up, man. What you about to do with the rest of your day, man? You about to go on a hike, man? What you got going on, man?
Nah, so my body's sore. I was swimming yesterday.
Hey.
But today I'm actually, so like an hour from now I'm headed to this they got this big food event. It's like a foodie event in
Oh
Fort
man.
Worth.
Damn.
It's like 40 minutes away from me. But yeah, it's gonna be, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be eating all types of shit. I'm probably gonna.
Oh, your mic cut out, bro. Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can, but yeah,
Uh,
just for a second it just cut out.
oh, okay, yeah. I was gonna say I'm headed to damn, now I'm stuttering. I'm headed to this
Oh shit.
food truck. Headed to this food truck event. I don't even know if it's a food truck event. It's just they call it Foodie Land.
Okay.
It's here for the weekend in Fort Worth, and then next month it's gonna be in Dallas or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to the one in Fort Worth. It's like 40 minutes away. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's
that's
what's
gonna
up,
be
man.
that. That's
That's what's
I'm gonna be
that's
chilling for the rest of the day because it's raining and shit. So
okay. All right. That's what's up, man. Yo, I'm glad to have you back on, man. And
mhm.
I want to have you back on, man. Like on demand. Like whenever I need you, bro. I need you to step up, man, and come through, man. Like whatever.
I got you.
But nah, man. Good conversation, man. Good stuff. And yeah, man. I got to get down to Dallas, man, for sure. I mean, before
Yeah.
you sneak out of there again, man. Yeah, I mean.
Hey, I'm gonna be here easily. I'm most likely gonna be here for like the next 10 years, easy.
Okay.
So
Are you
yeah.
worried, real quick? Are you worried about because you just bought a house?
Hmm.
Are you worried about your house blowing over? Like, yeah, I mean, like, remember, did you post
Oh
that where like house?
yeah, I posted that. So you know what's crazy, and that's another reason why that's another reason why it kind of took me long to buy a house because I was trying to buy like an older house. I ain't want none of the new ones. You know what I
Oh,
mean, because like yeah, you like that video, them joints be blowing over. Like they be rushing these builds, man. Because they got so many
mm,
people moving here, they trying to get money. They just rushing through the shit. I was like, nah, I'm getting me an older joint. But anyway, I had a whole bunch of deals go through or fall through. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna just get the new construction because they less problems getting it inspected, cheaper on insurance, and people they offer a lot of incentives if you buy the new joint. So I'm like, all right,
yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and get the new joint. But yeah,
Oh, so you did buy a new house?
yeah, I bought a newer one. Yeah.
Oh, your shit about to be.
You
House
gonna
of
see me on the
straw, my
news.
nigga,
You
like
gonna
the
see me on the
big
news
bad wolf,
crying and
bro.
like,
Yeah, the big bad wolf about to blow, and they ain't going to insure your shit, bro. Oh,
uh,
bro.
that was a
Oh, don't tell
classic.
me that, man. Damn. I mean, I wish you the best, man. Hopefully, y'all don't get no
Appreciate it.
crazy weather in the next couple months or hurricanes. I don't. Y'all give. I don't know, man. I don't know the
Yo,
weather down there.
we get a bunch of we get a bunch of tornadoes, but
Tornadoes.
they be small. They usually be small though.
Okay.
Like they might blow down like 5 people houses, then that be it.
Eeny, meeny, miny,
Like
moe.
yeah, it just yeah, it don't be nothing too crazy.
That's crazy, man. But all right, if you're still watching, I appreciate you. I need you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. If you want to join the conversation, man, leave a comment below. If you know anybody that's interested in anything that we talking about, share the content, man. But yo, man, again, man, happy to have you. And yeah, man, we'll talk. Obviously, man, we talk pretty often. But yo, this is another episode of the Twitty Plus podcast, episode 184. I'm your host, Los Def, and this is my man Stu. And we out, y'all. Peace.
Yeah.
Cool.